Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the GYMLESS Coaches Rundown. The date is Friday the 17th of April 2020. Today we are hitting you with 3 lots of a giant set. Now a giant set, the idea is that we try and move through the movements, generally 3 to 4 movements, as fast as possible between each movement. So you go through, for example, squats, into lunges, into a wall sit with no rest in between, and we rest after the wall sit. As always, we're going to be running on a timer. So for example, the first one, every 2.5 minutes, 4 sets, you'll complete some squats, you'll complete some lunges, and you'll complete the wall sit, rest at the end. We'll have the same for an upper body section, and then also for a midline section at the end. We have Tammy to demonstrate our movements for us today. So for your A work today, every 2.5 minutes for 4 sets, you will complete 12 to 15 1.25 squats, followed by 16 to 20 jump alternating lunges, followed by a 30 to 40 second wall sit hold. The first movement, a 1.25 squat. What we are looking for is a full squat, up a quarter, down to the bottom and stand. So if Tammy runs through 2 more reps, it should flow pretty smooth. If that's comfortable with body weight, she can always load it with a backpack. We would suggest doing it in a Zercher or front hugging position, just because it's easier to transition in and out of. Same thing, all the way down, quarter, down and up. If you have a dumbbell or a kettlebell, we will suggest holding it in a goblet loaded position. So in your front rack, all the way down, quarter and stand. Next movement in your A giant set. As soon as you finish a 1.25 squats, you'll then move into 16 to 20 jumping alternating lunges. Now with the jumping alternate lunge, as you can see, Tammy starts with her knee on the floor. She'll jump up just enough to swap the legs. It does not need to be a maximal jump, but we want constant contraction. So you should be working for 16 to 20 reps without stopping. Now, if that is too easy for you and you feel like Superman today or Superwoman, you can grab yourself a backpack, dumbbell, or kettlebell and load it up. You can go on the back rack position like Tammy is, or you can front load it in a goblet position. Again, we're looking for constant movement, 16 to 20 reps. The third movement in your A-work giant set is a 30 to 40 second wall sit hold. Now what we are looking for is your back to be pressed against the wall. Your hands will be off your legs, as Tammy's essentially aren't helping her at all. The legs should be at 90 degrees, not below parallel. Okay, so we stay at 90 degrees and we're going to hold for anywhere between 30 to 40 seconds. If it's still comfortable for you, Tammy has a backpack option. Sit it on top of her quads and hold that position. If you have a kettlebell or dumbbell, you'll do the same thing and just hold it on top of your legs. 30 to 40 seconds. 4-hour B work every 3 minutes for 4 sets. You're going to complete 8 to 12 push-ups. The push-ups we're going to complete on the floor if possible. So chest goes all the way down to the floor, straight back up. Look how hollow Tammy is staying throughout. Rib cage stays tight, bum and quad squeezed. If that's too hard for you, we can drop to our knees and we can complete them on our knees on the floor. If that's still too hard, then we can use the bench or a sofa or a chair or any elevated object and complete our 8 to 12 reps there. If you're again feeling like Superman or Superwoman, you may strap some weight to your back. We'd suggest using a backpack, load it on your back position, get down into the push-up and complete for there, 8 to 12 reps. If still easy, Tammy doesn't have it here, but we can create a deficit. Maybe put your hands on 2 books just to create a little bit more distance and deficit for your chest to travel to the floor. The next movement in your B work giant set is going to be our supine towel row. Now, Tammy is demonstrating this by anchoring it around an object. Similarly, if you have a door, you can just anchor the towel into the door. The further her feet go backwards, the easier it will be for her. Okay, so if she steps forward, we're going to complete 8 to 12 reps. Again, staying nice and hollow, trying to pull and finish with the wrist finishing up towards the chest. If that's comfortable for you, then you can load a backpack onto your back. Just like before, tie the straps nice and tight so the bag doesn't fling about. grab onto your towel, set your feet in the same position, and go through 8 to 12 reps of your towel row. Our next movement in your giant set for your B work is your 10 to 15 overhead towel and bag tricep extensions. So Tammy is going to go ahead and load the backpack onto her back. She's going to set up with the elbows nice and close to her ears and extend the arms up overhead. If she turns side on, you can see the midline is locked down nice and tight as the arms lock overhead. 10 to 15 reps. If you have a dumbbell or a kettlebell instead of a bag, you can just place 2 hands on it just like normal, and you're going to complete what is known as a French press, pressing straight up overhead, keeping that rib cage tucked down, bum squeeze nice and tight. The last movement in your B work is your 10 to 15 towel bag bicep curls. So towel looped through the bag, straps, arm starts nice and straight, elbow stays where it is, and you curl up. Notice how those elbows aren't flowing out to the side and the elbows aren't moving. 10 to 15 reps. If for some reason your backpack hits the floor every time, you can just go ahead and stand yourself on an elevated surface and complete your bicep curls there. We want to keep tension on the arms the whole time, making sure the backpack doesn't touch the floor. Again, if you have a dumbbell or a kettlebell, you can just complete the bicep curls by squeezing in on the dumbbell. The harder you squeeze in, the more you're going to work on it. So 2 hands on the dumbbell, curling up, squeezing in nice and tight. 10 to 15 reps. Our last giant set for your C work is going to be every 2 minutes for 4 sets. You'll complete 8 to 10 V-ups. Now again, Tammy is a V-up ninja. She is really good at these, so she makes them look easy. Don't be fooled. You'll complete 8 to 10 reps. As soon as you're done 8 to 10 reps, you will then move immediately into our 20 to 30 second hollow hold. Tammy will start with the hardest progression, which is feet out, arms extended. Then she will bring one knee up towards her. Then she can bring both knees up, the hands come down, and there is your lowest regression. Stay in that position for 20 to 30 seconds. Once we are done with our 30 seconds of hollow hold, we'll then flip onto your tummy. You're off the screen. Once you are done with your 30 seconds of hollow holds, then you'll go into your 30 seconds of prone arch hold. Heels squeezed together, legs nice and straight, extending up with the arms and pulling them off the floor. 30-second hold and rest. Your optional accessory work for your Friday program is going to be some shoulder and hip health work. Things like windmills, Cossack squats, just basically some variance work to keep you guys topped up whilst you're at home. Again, only do this optional accessory work if you're feeling like you have the energy and you have basically the desire to try and do it. Don't feel like you have to do it at all. Please make sure you log your scores into WhatUp, as we love to check your scores. We love to give you guys feedback. So please, in the comments section and notes section, give as much feedback as you possibly can. Have a great weekend.